Hello, and welcome to the Argyle CFO Summit Strategies for Success. My name is Nick with Argyle, and it's great to have everyone joining us today. A couple of notes before I turn things over to our esteemed speaker. First, a quick reminder to stop by our sponsors' virtual booths at any time during today's event and for the following week. Our partners are committed to providing you with valuable content and a great overall experience. At any time during today's event, you can visit their virtual booths from the main agenda page, which include complimentary materials, information, and meet and greet opportunities. Throughout today's event, you will also have the opportunity to win one of several prizes. So be sure to check out the prizes and raffle rules tab on the interface to see how you can earn points. To ask questions throughout the session, simply type into the Q&A chat and we will address your questions at the end of the session. Now, without further delay, I would like to introduce our speaker, Shu Han Journay, Chief Financial Officer. We're really excited to have Shu with us for a keynote presentation titled How to Leverage AI to Boost Business Performance. Welcome, Shu. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Nick. Let me start the presentation so we can get on to today's discussion. Make sure that I'm sharing the right content. Can everyone see my screen okay? All right. I didn't get any objections, so I'm going to go. All right. My name is Shu. Hello, everyone. It's an absolute honor to be here today, addressing this prestige assembly of finance leaders at the CFO Summit. I'm thrilled to be talking about a subject that has quickly become the linchpin of forward-thinking business world, artificial intelligence. Today's topic I would like to discuss is how to leverage AI to boost business performance. I'm a CFO and I use AI every day. I truly enjoy it. I think it helps me write much better and I gain more efficiency with my daily tasks. And because of that, I have capacity to work with business partners and I become a better CFO in that sense. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's discussion. I would like to structure today's discussion as starting from AI overview and its impact on business, and with meant for finance leaders. Of course, I want to present some simple case studies as food for thought of success stories, and then conclude today's session with Q&A. So whatever you have on mind, I'd like to hear about it. First, let's take a look at AI and the generative AI, the relationship between the two. ChatGPT, which is generative AI, got the attention of the whole world. Let's take a look at what is that. Artificial intelligence is a broad field of computer science that stimulates human intelligence in machines. The goal of AI is to create systems that can perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence. Generative AI is a subset of AI that focuses on systems capable of creating content. This can include anything from writing text, creating artwork, composing music, designing products, or even generating synthetic voices. Generative AI can be considered a more advanced or complex form of AI. It involves not just understanding and learning from data, but also creating new data or content that is similar but not identical to the input data. It's pretty exciting stuff, but as finance professionals, we all care about financial values. So let's take a look at this. Deloitte published an article stating that AI technologies continue to garner intense media attention, and organizations investing in them are seeing long-run share price over performance. It makes business sense. In our ever-evolving digital era, AI is no longer a futuristic concept, but a transformative tool. And business cannot afford to ignore it. By harnessing AI, organizations can supercharge their operations, boost productivity, reduce costs, and unlock new opportunities. It has the potential to deliver game changing solutions for businesses across all sectors, from automated customer service and optimize logistics to predictive analysis in finance. AI is more than merely a smart investment. It is a vital tool that fosters innovation, drives growth, and significantly contributes to enterprise value. How are AI tools being used? Well, it's early days still, but use generative AI is already widespread. The findings from McKinsey's survey, which was in the field in mid-April 2023, shows that despite generative AI's recent public availability, experimentation with the tools is already relatively common, and respondents expect the new capabilities to transform their industries. Generative AI has captured interest across the business population. Individuals across regions, industries, and seniority levels are using generative AI for work and outside of work. 79% of our respondents say they have had at least some exposure to generative AI, either for work or outside of work. And 22% say they are regularly using it in their own work, while reported use is quite similar across seniority levels. Is highest among respondents working in the technology sector and those in North America. Leading companies are already ahead with generative AI. From the graph on the left-hand side, the survey shows that AI high performance, that is, organizations where respondents say at least 20% of EBIT in 2022 was attributable to AI use, are going all in on artificial intelligence, both with generative AI and more traditional AI capabilities. These organizations that achieve significant value from AI are already using generative AI in more business functions than other organizations do, especially in product and service development. And risk and supply chain management. We're looking at all AI capabilities, including more traditional machine learning capabilities, robotic process automation, and chatbots. AI high performers are all much more likely than others to use AI in product and service development for uses such as product development cycle optimization, adding new features to exist products, and creating new AI-based products. These organizations also are using AI more often than other organizations in risk modeling and for uses within HR, such as performance management and organization design and workforce deployment optimization. On the right-hand side, the graph, another difference from their peers, high-performance generative AI efforts are less oriented toward cost reduction, which is a top priority at other organizations. Respondents from AI high performers are twice as likely as others to say their organization's top objective for generative AI is to create an entire new business or sources of revenue, that they are more likely to cite the increase in the value of existing offerings through new AI-based features. Well, how do we think about AI within our own companies? Since we saw the overall industry from the last slide, how do we link that back to us? Our AI strategy must squarely align with our business goals. We need to identify areas in our operations and management where AI can drive value, tangible results, and solve critical business challenges. By doing this, we ensure that our AI applications are not merely an experiment, but a strategic tool that directly contributes to achieve our business objectives. Culture readiness, the first assessment that evaluate organizations' adaptability and AI receptiveness. Vendor relationships, evaluate partnerships, service level agreements, and dependencies. Data integrity, ensures data quality, governance, and security. User experience, analyze feedback and user experiments metrics. System architecture, deep dive into your AI tools, platforms, and system architecture. Business model performance, review KPIs, accuracy metrics, and performance gaps. Compliance and ethics, examine adherence to laws and ethical standards. Operational readiness, scalability, deployment, and maintenance assessment. Of course, as a finance professional, we are very familiar with ROI analysis. That's the financial gains worth the cost. Well, what are the pain points for us, the finance leaders, and how can AI help us? These are the 10 categories are most commonly believed to be the primary pain points. But you are all finance leaders and professionals. You know what your pain points are on a daily basis. So let's now focus on how AI can help us. What does AI mean for CFOs? According to the organization called CFO Leadership Council, these are the areas of opportunities and risk. The advent of AI not only brings opportunities but also challenges, particularly in terms of cybersecurity and data sensitivity protection. With the expansion amounts of data we generate, process, and store, cybersecurity risks have escalated significantly. As CFOs, keeping sensitive data safe should be our utmost priority. We need to ensure that our AI systems are fortified with robust cybersecurity measures to counteract the increasing threats of data breaches, cyber attacks, and fraudulent activities. These are solutions in the There are solutions in the market for both areas. I'm using AI on a daily basis, and something I have learned some valuable information about cybersecurity and data sensitivity protection. I don't want to promote any particular products today, but if you would like to have a chat offline, please feel free to reach out and we can connect separately. Now let's talk about opportunities. I want to provide two AI strategies I'm currently involved in with revenue growth. It's so much fun. So typically, when you think about revenue growth, leveraging AI, you are thinking about leveraging AI to identify revenue growth opportunities and market trends, optimizing pricing strategies and revenue models using AI algorithms, enhance customer experience, and loyalty through personalized AI-driven recommendations. As I mentioned earlier, because my efficiency gain, I can be more involved with other functions. So the two AI strategies that I'm currently involved in, one is with marketing, unpredictable marketing analytics, leveraging AI tools. And the other one is actually drive digital revenue transformation. That's with technology and the sales function. I I won't be able to share too much details on this call, but if you like to have a separate conversation, I'm more than happy to introduce those two concepts to you. All right, moving on. So we the CFO's AI journey, we just saw 6 categories of opportunities from the previous slide. Now let's focus on some tactics. Decision pyramid starts from data. Incorporating AI into our business begins with a comprehensive data strategy. A solid AI application relies heavily on the quality and the relevance of the underlying data. We must establish a firm foundation by collecting, organizing, ensuring the quality and make sense of the data that our AI applications will learn from and build upon. By installing a data-oriented culture within our organizations, we can significantly elevate the potence of our AI tools and improve the credibility of our insights. Particularly, AI can help us with these 4 categories: speed, accuracy, volume, and self-learning. Self-learning is an interesting category. Here, the incremental value of the data digested by the system to self-develop with new information. We'll give an example of what that means from the next slide. The applications of AI. So, like I said, I want to provide some simple examples so you can start thinking about how to leverage it for your particular case at your particular company. But these are something that I think most of us can find some interesting value in these examples. P2P, procurement to pay, invoice processing. Our team spent a significant amount of time on procurement to pay. Using an AI-powered system, CFOs can significantly simplify and automate these manual processes. Because of the many data points on an invoice, an AI system can learn the relationship between the individual elements of an invoice. In the future, based on previous experience and data, the system automatically processes the invoices and allocates them to the appropriate general ledger accounts. If there are any misallocations which are corrected by an expert, the system learns and improves from such interventions. Bank reconciliations. The reconciliation of the account data and recipients, as well as the allocation of the banking information, can be carried out faster and reliably by AI. The software retrieves both sources of data directly. Independently learning algorithms match the document information with the transaction in the company's bank accounts. This renders the bank reconciliation process much more reliable, transparent, and more importantly, it can be carried out in real time. This in turn helps CFOs to evaluate in real time the liquidity position of the business. Cash flow management is a core function of our responsibility, so that can help on that front tremendously. Let's not forget about budgeting and forecasting. By using AI, CFOs will be able to improve the accuracy of their company's forecasts, speed up and automate closing the books, with a lower compliance and audit costs. Traditionally, CFOs have relied on financial data, housed in ERP systems to drive budgeting and planning processes. This reliance on internal data alone to drive key performance decisions excluded important external data. Thanks to today's advancements in computer processing powers and speed, CFOs are now able to make use of the data sources once deemed inaccessible. AI algorithms are able to aggregate data from multiple data sources, analyze this data very quickly in real time, identify patterns, calculate the probability and the impact on business performance, and then feed that information into forecasting model. With the efficiency and accuracy gain, the AI will empower us to be more involved in all business functions and have better, more meaningful discussions with other functional leaders. These are the examples thanks to CFO University, so broadly accepted as something that can be better improved with AI tools. Moving forward, there is no debate on the fact that AI is here to stay. It is an extremely powerful tool that all companies will use in one way or another in the coming years. Its efficiency value is incredible, but AI is not there that you can just purely rely on it by itself. AI's outputs should neither be trusted at face value nor should they be applied as blanket solutions. AI is not good or bad in itself, it's simply just a tool. Generative AI needs to be considered in every effective security program, including technical tools, training, and automating threat response. We, the humans, will be watching and adapting the generative AI continues to develop on both sides of the information security equation. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I love this topic and have been using AI on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, I used AI to generate this presentation. I hope you find it interesting and on some level useful. If I can help you unleash the power of AI to boost business performance in the digital world, I encourage you to connect with me offline. Let's have a meaningful conversation. I'm more than happy to help. With that, Nick, I'm handing it over to you. We can start the Q&A session if that's okay with you.
Great, of course. Yeah, I have a few questions from the audience. Here's one for you, Shu. What criteria should finance teams consider when evaluating and selecting AI and ML tools for their specific company needs?
Well, I would say that just like the overall AI strategy, we always start from the foundation of the business model. What business are we in? What industry we're in? What business cycle we're in? What's our foundation already? What's the organization overall readiness? What's our talent readiness? And then going into what makes sense to bring in to connect with the infrastructure we already have, because very rarely, unless you work for a newly established company, there is already infrastructure. Nothing happens overnight. So have that holistic perspective of what's fitting in today, give you the biggest buck for the bun, the highest ROI. That would be something I will consider as a finance leader. But I would, whoever asks this question, if you're interested to have a more in-depth conversation, let's talk about your particular case. I don't know all the relevant, important information about your particular business. Maybe I missed something here. So, but that's my 2 cents.
Great. Here's another one. What challenges do finance teams commonly face during the initial stages of implementing AI? And what strategies can be employed to overcome these hurdles?
I love this question. Whoever asked this is really very relevant. So AI is relatively new. It's a lot of infrastructure, a lot of awareness, a lot of buy-in upfront. For example, we all know that we can't just implement something that by ourselves. We need collaboration. We need IT. We need a technology. We need to get a budget approved, even though we are supposed to be the gatekeeper for that. But we need to get other business leaders buy-in. We need to present ROI. And culturally, are we ready for that conversation? And then with the infrastructure, do we have the cybersecurity data sensitive protection policy with the governance of the regulatory? I don't know who asked this. I mean, Europe has a very different overall regulatory environment than other places. So depending on where you operate, of course, the local uh, governance laws we have to obey. And then also coming back to do we have that discipline to obey something that internally serve as SOPs or the procedures. We don't want to accidentally release some very sensitive information out in the public by accident. Then coming back to the readiness for the talents, do we have the buy-in from the team? There are a lot of conversations, just like any change management, is not a small task. It involves a plan, it involves project management, and it involves the leadership's buy-in and the determination of the CFO. This is the future, but it won't come easy. So if you want to, once again, if you want to have a more in-depth conversation, we can connect offline. But it's a very good question, and it's not an easy one for any organization to make this big, this level of change.
Great. Here's another one from the audience. How can finance professionals ensure a seamless integration of AI tools with existing systems and processes, minimizing disruptions to day to day operations?
Well, um, I have some, once again, I'm not here to particular promote anything in particular, but you can always start from something small scale first. Before we get the buy-in of making some radical, infrastructure change, which I don't know that the company culture, some company may welcome that. They may think this is the future, well, big buys on AI. That will be a different story. But say that's not a company culture, and we do want to try something, then something on a smaller scale first to prove the concept. We want to make sure that cybersecurity is considered, the data protection sensitivity is well established, and then maybe you try something that very user friendly, doesn't require a lot of the um, technology infrastructure change, doesn't involve a lot of the heavy lifting on the IT or technology department. That may give us a little bit easier of the buy-in. If you want me to make some recommendations, please feel free to connect me offline. I have something that I can recommend for you to try on a smaller scale and see if you like it.
Great. And I think we have time for one more question, Shu. Here's one. What role does employee training and upskilling play in maximizing the benefits of AI adoption within finance teams? And what strategies can be employed to facilitate this?
Well, I would say that this is, once we have the infrastructure done, this is probably is the best return on the investment of time, which is the talent building. This part will be very different than what the traditional model of finance team is, or I should say was. Um, Maybe still is today, but in the future, you will see that dynamic change. The talent building part on AI is one, do we have the people naturally interested in it. At least they are willing to try something different. And then what is really valuable for the organization, if AI can improve on the speed, accuracy, and the volume, what's left there? This goes back to the industry, the business model, the cycle of development for the business itself. And but generally speaking, finance team, even at analyst level, at a relatively junior level, other functions still expect us to be the voice of reason from the finance concept, to provide a business partner role and supporting other functions, and speak on a business of business sense in the meetings that seem to be always welcomed. So from that perspective, the talent building focus on that area seem to be a safer bet. There will be others particular to your company, but on this general sense is the making business sense of the data we have, support that decision making with real data to convince people this is the right way to do, shorten that communication cycle, get buy-in with less resistance. That can be the finance future elevating up, depending on your company where the finance team is today.
Great. Well, thank you again, Shu, for such an incredible keynote. And I want to thank everyone else for joining us today. This session, along with all of today's content, will be available on demand following the event. For those of you who earned points throughout today's event, an Argyle team member will be following up with the winners in the next couple of weeks. This officially concludes the Argyle CFO Summit Strategies for Success. Thank you again for joining us today and engaging in our content. We look forward to seeing you at our next Argyle Digital CFO event soon, which will be our CFO Transformation and Finance Management Workshop, Growth, Innovation, Profitability, on March 7th, 2024. Have a great rest of your day.